Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm here and you're all here with me. Oh, it makes me so happy. Oh, I've been trying to get back since well, I wanted to try and come before I went to Stitch in London, but that just didn't work out. And then I was hoping to record once I got back from Stitch in London, but it just wasn't happening. I really underestimated that journey as a highly sensitive person. And I really adored the retreat. I'm not going to go into it too much because so many people that went to the retreat, like Sally and Yasmin and so me Sarah, they've put out videos talking about Stitch in London, and it's been so long now, but it feels like forever ago. I'm not going to go over it again. But yeah, when I got back, I just felt completely exhausted. It probably took me about a month to recover because I also got sick during that time with a quite bad cold, which, yeah, it was tiring. And because I got the train, I just underestimated how much, you know, it would tire me out dragging my stock, my really big suitcase with all my stock for my stall on the underground and on the trains. And it's just such a long way from Cornwall, and on the way there it was obviously the weekend of the flooding in the UK, and yeah, it really affected my train journey. So that's the reason I've not been here, guys. I've wanted to be, but I've either been too exhausted or I've had mum responsibilities. I've also got a new job, a new part-time job, which I'm starting next week. So I've had interview and yeah, I've had all kinds of stuff going on. Events for the children's school. Yeah, let's just say it's been eventful. So I'm not going to spend too much more time on that. Let's just get straight into the whips because I have been really busy while I've been away. Yeah, I've got a big basket down here. Oh, and I should mention that we're not in the woods because it's really cold. It's been like -1. It's been freezing. It's been really cold. We've had snow in Cornwall, like a little drizzle a few days ago, and that never really happens in Cornwall. Maybe once a year if we're lucky. So it's just too cold to be in the woods. It's really damp and raining today. My husband's took the kids out for about an hour or so, so let's hope we can get this recorded. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about was the At One with the Sun sale, and I managed to get mine finished and sewed on the lovely bee buttons that Kim gave me. I found this lovely fabric in the Hobbycraft D-stash bin. It was a massive piece. It must have been nearly a metre, and it was £9. I thought it was absolutely perfect, so I backed it with that as well. I've got on here one of my really lovely ring bling that I make with jelly prints and doodles and a little hummingbird and a little bell. And then inside I've just got plain calico. I haven't bought myself to put anything in this bag yet. I want it to be something really special. And if you remember from last time, I had a giveaway for this, a digital PDF copy of this pattern from the Travelling Stitcher, and I haven't drawn the winner yet. I'll do that after I've recorded this video, and I'll pop in an extra video at the end to announce the winner of that. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I think it turned out really beautiful. I really love it. I sent the rest of this fabric to Kim. I think she's going to maybe finish it in the same way. The next finish I've just remembered I've not bought anything down to put behind me as a backing board. Let's use this lovely book. Is this the way it goes up? Yes. I've also finished this, which is the Roses kit that I got from the charity shop. Sorry, I got an itchy ear. And yeah, stitched this on a 32 count linen with this white spots, and I really loved stitching this. I finished this quite quickly, I think, after the last Flosstube. You also see that I framed my Pixie Lane stitch along. You can just see it in the background there. I did finish that completely as well, FFO it. Okay, the next one that I started and finished since I last saw you is Little Purple Spooky House. This is by Lindsay, lovely Lindsay, Wolfy Stitches. And if you don't know already, she has released her first ever Flosstube, and it is amazing. She is such a natural. She's so confident in front of the camera. Her projects are really beautiful. Lindsay's just amazing. I'm really honoured to call her a friend. And yeah, she released this little purple spooky house pattern for free. Yeah, it was a freebie on her coffee page. But I did see last night that she's setting up a website, so if you go onto her Instagram profile and click on her link there, you should be able to find it if you'd like to stitch this. But this Halloween, I went out with my girls quite a few times, driving around looking at all the spooky Halloween houses. There was a reason why we didn't go out this year on actual Halloween night. I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been illness. But the night before Halloween, we had been out to see this particular spooky house near us, and it was absolutely covered in decorations. It was immense. It was so cool. And I started this on Halloween just to remember that memory. And I used a mixture of fancy flosses, so if you can probably see, it's got lots of lovely variegation in this piece. And I'm going to finish this into a project bag. I've already got some purple fabric that I bought from the fabric shop. So yeah, I'm going to finish that into a little notions pouch, I think. The next finish is Barbara Anna Designs, and this is her Cleo Mystery Sal. This is her latest stitch along that she released. It's all released now, obviously, because I've finished it. And I stitched this on a River Hut Designs 32 count, and it was her, it's that orange flower that we see everywhere in Cornwall in the summer. God, the names escape me now. But yeah, it was that fabric of the month. I think it was August fabric of the month. Crocosmia, that's what it is. I think that's how you say it, Crocosmia. And yeah, a bit of an unusual fabric choice, but I'm really, really pleased with it. I used all the called for DMC, except I substituted for the Krynig. This was supposed to be Petite Treasure Braid in gold, but I didn't want to buy that. I just wanted to use what I had in my stash. And actually, I think this silver gold tone of Krynig works really well with this fabric. So yeah, what else did I change on this? Oh yeah, this back stitch I changed to the darker shade 780 that's here, because the light gold wasn't really showing up that well. And I stitched a few icons, a few hieroglyphics to begin with. Didn't actually think they looked very good. And then I saw that Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah, she said that she had stitched it with long stitch. So I frogged it out and did long stitch, and I think it looks really, really effective now. So yeah, I need to get her all framed and up on my Barbara Anna wall. And then I have finished a few other things which have been gifted, so I will put in some pictures. Just going to look at my little book here. So yeah, I stitched F is for friend, and I'll put a picture here. I stitched this for Yasmin. Yasmin's Made with Love for her birthday. Trying to think what flosses I used for this. I think I just used whatever DMCs I had in my stash. I think I did change the colour palette to fit the sort of colours that Yasmin likes, which are more like autumnal colours. And I finished it in a hoop, as you can see, and sent that off to her. I also stitched Autumn Scent by La Comtesse de la Pointe de Creux. Testing my, is it Italian or French there? And I stitched that on a 32 count Spygart cream with the called for DMC, and I made it into a little notions pouch, which I really loved, and I really didn't want to give it away, but I did. And I think my swap partner, I think she's called Hannah in Stitches on Instagram, she received it, and yeah, I think she was pleased with it. What else have I finished? Oh, for Kim, Stitchy Squirrels, I stitched For a Friend by October House Fibre Arts, and I stitched that on a 32 count coffee stain fabric flare, and I did a fancy floss conversion for that one. I completely changed the colour scheme for it because Kim really likes reds and oranges, and the pattern originally was all in blues. And I finished that as a pillow, and I stuffed it with kapok fibre, which is my favourite fibre to use. It's 100% vegan, it's sustainable from the kapok tree. It's quite water resistant, so if you happen to drop it into some water, it won't soak it all up immediately, and it's obviously biodegradable. So I always use that, and I mixed it with some crushed walnut shells, so I thought if she puts pins in it, then it'll keep them nice and sharp. I'm just seeing, oh yeah, and I also finished Pocket Hug, and I'll put that again here, by Sunshine X Stitches on Etsy, and I used the February Fabric of the Month by Crafty Kate, and I used Fancy Flosses from my stash. I did change the colour palette for this as well because Lindsay really likes purples and greens, and yeah, that was a gift for Lindsay, Wolfy Stitches, and I think she did really like it. She did show it on her first Flosstube. So yeah, that's quite a few finishes, isn't it? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've had 6 finishes and a couple of FFOs since I last saw you, so I'm really, really pleased with that. And then we'll move on to the whips. So the first one I'll show you is this one, which I've been working on since last night. This is Aster, which is actually from this book, which I bought in the charity shop for 50p quite a few months ago, and I showed this on my Instagram stories, and then quite a few people went ahead and was enabled and bought it, and so several of us have started a stitch along called the Floral Year in Cross Stitch SAL, and we picked an autumnal flower, and we started at the beginning of autumn, and we're just talking about the winter flower that we're going to pick and start, I think, after the winter solstice on the 21st of this month, 21st of December, which is not far away at all now. We're the 3rd of December today, so yeah, what's that, 18 days, and then we'll be going towards the light again, so we're nearly at the darkest day of the year. But yeah, I chose this one, Aster. I just love purple, if you know me, so yeah, and this is how far I've got. So it was a really pitiful start. I'd done the centre and the tiny segment here when I dug it out yesterday because we'd started to talk about our winter flower that we were going to start. And I thought, oh God, I need to get that pathetic start out, as Laura would say, Laura Stitcher, I Stitch Birds. Get that pathetic start out and do some on it, and I actually got the rest of this done either last night or this morning. I've been stitching, so there's not a massive amount. I've got to finish here, I've got to finish a little bit of a stem, another leaf, and then this little bud here. So I think another good stitch session and that will be done. And I think what I might do with these, I'm going to stitch them all on the same fabric, the 4 seasons, so there'll be 4 flowers in total, and I think I'll either make a bag with them all on, like patchwork together, or I might frame them and swap them out each season. So yeah, if you're interested in joining us in that, then just send me a message on Instagram and I can add you to our Instagram chat. I've been keeping the flosses in this lovely stingray pouch that Sarah gifted me, and my lovely echinacea bag which Lorena from the Fox's Cottage gifted to me in a swap. And I promise, Lorena, I am working away very, very slowly on my swap package for you. We're getting so close to Christmas now, so it will definitely be winging its way to you in the new year. I just don't want it to get lost amongst all the Christmas chaos, because obviously it's got to get to California. Lorena has been a bit quiet recently, so I did message her mum actually, and she did say that Lorena's okay. She's just taken a bit of a social media break, but we miss you, Lorena. We miss your Flosstube. let's have a dig through this basket. I've got so many whips I've been working on. So the first one, I'll show you this. This was a really lovely gift from lovely Hazel, Hazelnut Crafts on Instagram. Hazel is such a lovely lady. She's a real iconic person at Stitch in London. Everyone knows who Hazel is. She spends a whole time buzzing around talking to everyone, and she's got this amazing bag that she keeps whipping out with all these amazing gifts that she's made for everyone, and every day there would be something new for you. She's amazing. So it's housed in here, and I also got this lovely jack-o'-lantern ring, what would you call this, scissor fob, key fob that I've put on here. But I also got gifted at Stitch in London from a lovely lady. And in here I've got the most gorgeous thread bed, which was my gift exchange, what I received in the gift exchange at Stitch in London. And this was made by Whitney, who came all the way from America, Crafty Whitney on Instagram, and she had packaged this up and I had picked it. It was in this gorgeous floral gift bag. I couldn't resist it. And she said it's from Modern Folk Embroidery, and obviously she's adapted it to put Stitch in London 2023. So I've been using this to keep all my threads because it is a bit of a blocky stitch. You do change your thread quite a lot. And this was another gift from the Historical Sampler Company. They very kindly contacted me on Instagram and asked if I'd be interested in receiving their Advent gift box, which of course I was really grateful to receive. I'll just take this off the hoop because I'm working on part 4 now, and I've been working on this and keeping up mainly with every part that they've released. It's up here, I'm just looking for my book. Sorry, it's creased because obviously I'm moving it around in the hoop. But yeah, it's this gorgeous house design. The flosses for this are really, really pretty. And yeah, I've been working on part 4 just down in this area. So I've just finished this Christmas tree. And there's a bauble that goes in here. There's a Santa and a reindeer. And then I think there's another tree and bauble that goes here, and then there's this gorgeous door with a wreath that goes here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to carrying on working on this. I'm really, really enjoying it. And I got the Advent box, so you get to open a package every day, and so far the gifts have been really lovely. I'm really, really enjoying it. So thank you to Historical Sampler Company for gifting that to me and giving me lots of fun and getting me in the festive season. I'll just put my needle minder back on there. I don't want to lose it. Right, what's next? Oh, this is a new start since I saw you. This is Winter Woods by Mary Hickmott. Oh, this has got a bit floppy, my Q snap. Quite a few threads as well. So this is, I found this in the charity shop. What did I find? I found the Aster, the Croix and the floss in a random bag in the charity shop. And I was like, what is that? There was no pattern in there, so I googled it. I found out it was this most gorgeous pattern by Mary Hickmott, and I will put in a picture of what it looks like. And these are the flosses, and these really delicate wintry colours. And for £3 for that pack, I couldn't resist. So I have subbed out the, because I gave the blending filament to Michelle, Mama Loves You GB, because she was looking for some, because I wanted to swap for Petite Treasure Braid in PB23. I'm a bit worried I'm not going to have enough actually, because it is quite a big piece, but we'll see how we go. And yeah, I just felt like starting something wintry as we move more towards that season. So I'm stitching this on a 32 count even weave Zweigart. I think it's called Ice Blue from memory. And this is how far I've got. Hopefully you can see the bit of sparkle from the blending filament. Sorry, not from the blending filament, from the Petite Treasure braid. But yeah, this is how far I've got. I've got the little cabin there. I've been working on these very confetti heavy trees, and I've just got this bit to fill down. But this is how narrow this piece is. It doesn't get any bigger than that, but it's really long and skinny. And there is also a companion piece to this. Well, I would say it was a companion called Highland Living, which I was thinking about starting as well, because I know Amanda Albastitcher has got a Scottish stitch along starting next year. So yeah, I might get join in with her stitch along and start the other one. Let's just see how we go. But yeah, I really love stitching on this. But it is full coverage, although it's long and skinny, and it does take a lot of like counting and a lot of brain power, so I have to work on that at certain times when I feel that I've got that. But yeah, it's a beautiful stitch. I really love Mary Hickmott. I would probably say that she's up there now with being one of my favourite designers. The next one is a new start as well. This is almost finished. This is in a project bag which I bought from Lizzie, Wolfy Stitches. Her mum makes these and she says these are imperfect, although, you know, I can't see anything wrong with this bag. I think it's really beautiful. And this one's got ferns on it, and my second daughter is called Fern, so of course I had to buy that. I'll just take this out of its packaging. I bought this on a D-stash from Sarah. It's a Lizzie Kate pattern called Think Deeply, number 157. And I've done a colour conversion to all Tom and Lily flosses for this one. And I'll read you what it says. It says, think deeply, speak gently, love much, laugh often, work hard, give freely and be kind. And then it's got this gorgeous little scene with sheep and houses and trees. It's really beautiful. And I think Rosie X Stitches wants to stitch this after me because she's really into Lizzie Kate, so I'll get this sent off to her when I'm finished. Yeah, look at the inside fabric as well, it's gorgeous. So yeah, Rosie, I'll get this sent off to you if you're watching once I've finished it. I need to message you actually and get your address. But I'm stitching this on. I don't think this book's going to be long enough. I've been doing like these really long skinny pieces recently, but I might just hold this one up. Sorry if it's a bit see-through. But I stitched this on a 32 count raw linen by Zweigart. And yeah, I think the Tom and Lily flosses are looking really gorgeous on this one. I did make a change to this heart above the sheep. That was supposed to be in this oak colour that's on the background of the tea, but I think hearts are supposed to be pink, aren't they? So yeah, I changed that. And this needle minder's from Lindsay as well. She sells these. She did give me this one. It says, doing my best. But if you like that, then go and have a look in her shop. But yeah, I'm really loving that, and I haven't got much left to do at all. I need to stitch laugh often there, and there's another house, another tree, a little fence that goes here, and then that will be done. And then I'm going to be needing to look for a frame for that one. But yeah, these are the flosses that I picked. They're all Tom and Lily, mainly that Kim Stitchy Squirrels gifted to me actually, apart from I think one of the turquoises. I think it might be this one that I got in one of the monthly packages that I did get when I signed up for 1 month, and then I thought I couldn't afford it because I was going to stitch in London. I would like to sign up again at some point though. Don't know when. Not this year. I'll talk about that later. Okay, the next one is in the bag made by me. It says all good things are wild and free. Yeah. And this is another full coverage that I've been working on. I hope this isn't, I'll take it out because otherwise it might blur quite a lot. This is Mel Stitches with Heritage Crafts and it's called Verdant Canopy. And I'm stitching this with the supplied flosses and the supplied 27 count even weave. I've got another of Lindsay's needle minders on here. I do love her needle minders, they're really strong, and she gifted this one to me as well. It's a little cottage with some iris flowers. But yeah, I've been doing quite a bit of work on this on and off since I last saw you. I think I've gone up here a bit more, and I've definitely worked on all of this section down here. So yeah, I really love this, and they had another 20% off sale over Black Friday week. I don't know, I think it's finished now, but I did buy the third kit in that series, which is called Peaceful Retreat, I think. So I've got all three in that series now. Okay, the next one is in a bag gifted to me by Sarah. And this is Barbara Anna in collaboration with Nitka. And I've actually got another Sarah Notions pouch, which I did buy from Sarah. She opened a coffee shop and she put up some Notions pouches and some bags. And I did check a couple of weeks ago actually, and she's still got some project bags in there, so definitely go over and have a look. I will put a link in the description. And yeah, this is how it's going to look. And I took this to Stitch in London. I worked on it on the train all the way there and on the way back before my eyes were too tired. And I worked on it at Stitch in London as well. Sorry, I've got lots of hanging threads on this one. Hold up my book again. And I managed to fill in more of the background here. And I started this whole skirt as well on the train and at Stitch in London, filled in all the coffee beans. So I've got a really good chunk of that done now. All the coffee beans are done. I've just got some floral bits down here and the houses and her feet. And then I've got to finish this circular bit and then that'll almost be done. So yeah, pleased with that one too. If I really cracked on with that and spent some time on it, it would get done, I think, fairly quickly now. Okay, the next one, oh, I have bought it. Yeah, I was working this on a Q-snap. It's a really large piece of fabric, as you'll see in a minute. And this is Welcome to the Forest by Cottage Needleworks. And I'm just about to start the third block out of 7. This is what it will look like. It's called Pink Forest Cottage. And it was just getting too unmanageable on the Q-snap. The piece of fabric was just too big. So I went to Emma Louise's art shop, art stitch shop. I think it was last weekend. She had a Black Friday sale and she was doing extra money off for people that went to Stitch Group. So I think we got 25% off and I gave in. Now I've got the Lowry table clamp, which I bought when I got back from Stitch in London. I just couldn't resist it anymore, and I'd done so well with my stall there that I thought I'd treat myself, and I can't tell you how amazing the Lowry table clamp is. If you've been thinking about it for a while and think it's a bit expensive, it is definitely worth every single penny. I've worked on it every day since I bought it and I just can't recommend it highly enough. It's incredible. I haven't tried travelling with it yet, but I will do. So now I've got a Lowry table clamp, I'm able now to get a scroll frame, which is great. This is I think it's called an Elbazy. I've got the 24-inch frame, and now I get to see this project in all its beauty. So if I hold the book up, hopefully it won't be so see-through. And yeah, we've almost finished. No, I think we have finished the deer block. We've finished the blue forest cottage underneath. I changed, it's all the called for flosses and fancy floss, but that bird on top of the blue forest cottage roof, that was supposed to be yellow, but we don't get yellow birds like that in the UK, so I decided to change it to a black bird. So he's got a little black body and a little yellow beak. And I can't tell you how great it is to stitch on the scroll frame on my Lowry table clamp. It's fantastic. I have spoke to Lauren Cross Stitch Bunny because I want to see if she would, well, her husband would make me some side tensioners. The only thing I would say is that it's not very, it's okay right in the centre. I mean, I need to tighten it up again, but I think I could do with some side tensioners, and then this would be a bit more enjoyable to work on. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that project, and yeah, 2 blocks out of 7 is not bad. Oh, two more guys. So in this little pouch, I bought this at a craft market last Christmas from a friend that I know locally. And I am stitching the freebie, well, you can give a donation if you want to, on Gumroad to Misfit Stitches. I think her name's Ali, lovely Ali. And I'm stitching her, it's a bit creased because I took it out of, pardon me, out of the small Nerge frame, and it's just been crumpled up in that little bag. So hopefully you can see that okay. But yeah, this is her Moon Tarot pattern. She's got a star one as well, which I've also got, but I want to start after this one. And this is a piece of fabric. It's a 32 count, and it was antique white, but I ice dyed it with Dylon dye myself in the summer, and I thought it was quite cosmic space-like, and I thought that this would suit this moon pattern. And I'm stitching it in DMC 310. This is one of my Floss Drops decorative paper ones that I've been using, and yeah, I'll put in a picture of what this looks like as well. And this is a little needle minder that I made for myself, a little Totoro tarot, and it says the star. So it's such a lovely pattern, Ali. I'm really enjoying working on that. I haven't worked on it since Stitching London actually, so I need to dig that out. And this fabric is so soft now, it's been ice dyed. I definitely want to do some more ice dyeing. It's really good fun and it's really easy. And the last one is in my lovely seahorsey bag. I have heard the mermaid singing, which again I bought at a craft fair many years ago. I think my first daughter was a baby and I couldn't resist it. I was a knitter then, so I used to use it as a sock knitting bag. And this is the lovely freebie pattern, House Divided. House Divided Cannot Stand by Yasmins Made with Love, and I'll put a picture in again. This is my first time stitching on 40 count linen, which was gifted to me by Kim Stitchy Squirrels a while ago. I've been too scared to use it, but I wanted to make this really delicate and pretty like Lindsay Wolfy Stitches had, because she was the first person I saw that was stitching this pattern, and I thought it looked so pretty on a 40 count linen with a variegated floss, so I copied her. And this is a wonderful pattern to support the cause with the situation going on in Gaza, which is another reason that I haven't been here. I've been so deeply upset about what's been going on in Gaza. I haven't been sharing so much on my Instagram recently because I just find it all so upsetting. But it's so deeply ingrained in my heart about the sanctity of human life and that every single life is precious. And for me, in my particular case, every single human and every single animal life is just so incredibly precious, and it just breaks my heart to see all the evil in the world. And I don't think we're getting a completely transparent picture of what is actually going on. I think there's a lot more behind this story, which obviously I don't want to get political on this channel, and please do not send me any unkind messages in relation to this. But if you have similar feelings, I just want you to know that you are not alone. There is so many of us in the stitching community that feel similarly, and I think that if you would like to support the cause, there is many cross-stitch designers out there, Yasmin being one of them, that is releasing patterns that you can donate to the amazing cause of donating to a charity. I can't remember exactly what they're called now, but they support children in Gaza. And yeah, that's what breaks my heart, is this is a war on children, and children are so precious and innocent, and they should be protected and supported, and that isn't happening. So yeah, that's all I really want to say about it, but I didn't want to be completely silent on the topic because it means so much to me. And this is a way for me to, you know, donate and support that cause, is donating to those charities and receiving the patterns, and then stitching in solidarity. Stitches for peace is the hashtag. So I've got Yasmin's Dove. I haven't started it yet. I really like Cross Stitch Sarah's version of it, and yeah, this is Yasmin's House Divided Cannot Stand, and I'm stitching it in a Leo and Roxy floss called Old Book, which I know Sally Flossie Sews and Grows bought at Stitch in London as well, and it's such beautiful variegation. It looks so pretty, and I've realised that I really like one strand on 40 count. I don't really like it on 36 count, but 40 count I absolutely love it. So I really like 40 count, and I wish I hadn't been so intimidated by it before, because as long as I've got good light, I'm good to go with it. Like, I don't need magnifiers or anything. As long as I've got my glasses on and good light, I actually really enjoy it. And I'm really gutted now that I didn't buy any 40 count by Megan Coffee Craft fabric at Stitch in London, because she had loads. 40 count, she had a massive pile. Most of the 32 count had gone by the time I got there. So yeah, that's all my whips and my FOs and my FFOs that I've been working on. So let's go on to Stitchy Kindness, and I've had so much haul, I'm only going to show a little segment of it. So I have been bowled over by all the Stitchy Kindness that I have received since I saw you. Honestly, there is so much love in the Stitchy community, and I just can't believe that I know some of these people. And I saw an Instagram post by an artist, and it said that about some people walk around and they just have no idea of how special they are, and they are like sunflowers in our lives. And I'm so privileged because I know so many sunflowers, so many rainbows, that honestly they walk around and they're like beams of light. They just have no idea. One of those people is lovely Lorna. I'm sure many of you follow her on Instagram. Lorna's beautiful, she really is. We've had quite a few conversations on Instagram and on coffee. I'm very lucky that Lorna, she supports me so much with my small business ever since I started out. Before I was even on coffee, when I sold on my Instagram stories, yeah, Lorna was there, and she supports me every month, and I'm so incredibly grateful for her, because obviously there's no obligation for anyone to support me, and I'm so incredibly grateful that some of you want to. It means the world to me. And yeah, Lorna sent me this beautiful book called The Lost Spells. It's by Robert McFarlane and Jackie Morris, and if you never looked at this book, oh, it's just beautiful. I've eyed it up in Waterstone so many times and just never bought it for myself, but basically it's like all these poems and gorgeous illustrations about nature and Lorna said that she saw it and thought of me. So yeah, that's really treasured, Lorna. She also sent me this gorgeous pattern by Misfit Stitches, and it's called, I don't know what it's called actually, Beachcomber. And it says, comb the beach for treasure with me, my heart resides beside the sea. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Can't wait to stitch that. She sent me some gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous floss. Some Roxy floss. Let's take it off of here. So there's like a pinky one, a purple. Shall I tell you what these are called actually? Garden Party, Figure of Speech, a lovely green called Lady Luck, Tart, that's really gorgeous, I love that one, and Petal to the Metal, that's a gorgeous mauve, look at that, stunning, I love mauve. She also sent me these are absolutely stunning. These are Nina's threads. I've never heard of these before. I keep meaning to look them up. But there's Cherry Coffee and Fairy Garden. And I love those. They're so pretty. And she also sent me a really beautiful silk. And I hope you don't mind, Lorna, but I'm going to send this on to Kim, Stitchy Squirrels. I really, really love it, but personally, I don't use silk because I'm a vegan. And I don't want you to think I'm unappreciative, because I'm certainly not. And it's gorgeous and buttery and soft. And I'd really love to try it, but it's just doesn't sit comfortably with me. I've never shared that on the channel before. But I won't use silk, and I don't want to go into the reasons why. If you're interested in the animal welfare of silks, then I encourage you to look that up. But yeah, I don't want you to think I'm unappreciative at all, Lorna, because I really deeply appreciated it, and I know that Kim will really treasure that and love it. So yeah. And she also sent me some really lovely buttons. This lovely flowery one, another flower, and she sent me, these are going to be hard to show, but some really lovely little starfish. There was 3 of those little charms. So thank you again, Lorna, and you're always in my thoughts, and you're a special lady, and I really treasure our friendship. So thank you very much. Okay, I also won this in Stitchy Sally's recent Flosstube giveaway. It's a Lynart kit, Narcissus, daffodils, and it's a really lovely kit. Thank you, Sally, so much. If you don't watch Sally, I recommend you do. I'm sure most of you do. This tower's all falling over. I also won a giveaway. I've been so lucky recently. I've won 3 giveaways. I won Sally's. I won this one from Sew Me Sherry, which is Heart in Hand, Needlearts, Seaside Tiny Town. And the little buttons are included. And I also won a really lovely piece of ice dyed fabric from Marumi Crafts, which is on its way. She messaged me the other day and said that she'd posted it. Don't know how I've been so lucky. Another bit of Stitchy kindness. I reached out to the Stitching Whippet on Instagram because I loved this pattern, and I asked her if I could buy it from her, and she was so funny and said that she thought she might have thrown it away. If not, then if she found it, it would be very, very crumpled. But I said, that's great, don't worry, I just really love to stitch it. And it's by Jolly Red. They don't do cross stitch kits anymore, but this one's called Home Sweet Home. And she managed to find it and she sent the pattern to me. So I was really grateful for that. Lovely Kim, Stitchy Squirrels. She sent me quite a few things. I think I may have forgot some of them. I'm just thinking what's in here. It's not that I don't love them, Kim. I think you've just sent me so many things that I can't keep on top of what I've shared and what I haven't. I just remembered another embroidery finish that I've done that I haven't brought down with me, but I'll put a picture in of that later. But Kim sent me this really lovely, just another Button Company Woodland Hedgehog. Look how special he is. She sent me the lovely flosses as well. So I'm going to stitch him and think about Kim. So at Stitch in London they had a freebie table. It just happens to be in this bag of stuff. And I kept seeing this and no one picked it up, and it was still there on the last day, and I thought I'm just going to have that because it's like it's meant to be for me, with the feathers on it. And it came with this really thick cord which I'm not sure if I'm going to use, but I probably won't stitch it like that. I might just stitch some of the feathers and make them into pillows with some other metallic floss. So this was in this bag. And I also, this is one of my recent finishes. It's this little embroidery kit which I also got off the freebie table that was left there. No one had picked it up and I thought I'll give it some love. And it's this little wagon, and I'll put a picture in here of it finished. I really loved stitching this. And there's another one of a little wheelbarrow with flowers, which I'm going to do soon. So yeah, that was from the freebie table. I'm not sharing all my Stitch in London haul because it's been so long, and I put it all away because I kept tripping over it on the floor waiting to record. So sorry guys. It'll come up as I stitch it, won't it? Lovely Cross Stitch Sarah sent me a lovely Stitchy Kindness package. I think she sent me a couple actually, but she sent me these lovely embroidery kits. This one's of Lake Windermere. I love the colours in this, and the Lake District holds a special place in my heart. My husband and me used to go there a lot when we were camping before we had children. And a really lovely poppy field kit. So that was from Sarah. Sarah also sent me this lovely magazine, a few magazine pages with these seahorses on. She thought about me. Got some more things from Sarah here, I think. Oh, I think I've forgotten them upstairs. I'll take a break and I'll come back. Okay, we're back. I just went and popped up and got the bits from Sarah. I put it in this bag and put it in my stash. So Sarah was really lovely. I talked about sunflowers before. Sarah had seen that analogy about people being like sunflowers, and she'd found this freebie sunflower chart which she'd printed off for me. She sent me the most gorgeous sunflower card. Some lovely 32 count beautiful beige permin for me to try. She also sent me some really lovely chenille trim and a really lovely classic Colourworks sunflower. Look at that, it's gorgeous. And not only did she send me that and those embroidery kits, she also sent me this other little beautiful package, which was a table gift that she'd made for a retreat she was going to. And it was a little kit for November the 11th, which was Remembrance Day in the UK. And yeah, it was this freebie poppy. And she'd supplied some lovely fold-away scissors. I won't open those because you know what happened on the channel last time I tried to show you those sort of scissors. Some really lovely Rustico Zweigart with some black floss, some green floss, and a wooden hedgehog. I hope you can't hear them kids shouting outside. And some nice red floss on a hedgehog. We should also put in some lovely black buttons. Sarah's so kind and generous, as many of you in the community know. Thank you, Sarah. Again, your friendship means the world to me, and yeah, thank you. Get surrounded by piles. Let's start putting things in the basket again. Okay. Okay, the last Stitchy kindness is from Lizzie, Wolfy Stitches. She sent me a gorgeous package as well. She sent me this lovely floral notebook. A really lovely magazine embroidery that says, "Life is beautiful." I really love that. She sent me 3 lovely fabrics from her stash. So a 28 count Zweigart Ice Blue even weave, Zweigart Vintage Country Mocha in 27 count even weave, and a piece of 32 count green. I'm not going to get those out. She sent me this gorgeous vintage kit by Yasmins, is that how you say it? That she'd found and thought about me. I think I did look this up, and it's from the 90s, I think. I think I saw it on one of the patterns somewhere, but I can't remember now, but I'm sure it said it was from the 90s. This one hasn't got a name, but I really adore this one. The little fence, little gate in the wall with all the florals. I know that Kim likes the bird bath, so after I finish this one I'll probably send it to Kim to stitch that if she'd like to. But yeah, that came with the patterns and some homemade floss cards. Whoever, but how special is that? Someone's made their own little floss cards and put what they are on the back. Aww. Not only that, Lindsay also sent me a gorgeous book, Flowers in Cross Stitch, which I've had a good flick through, and it's a gorgeous book, and I'll definitely stitch some things out of there. So thank you, Lindsay. And those 3 people, honestly, they blow my socks off with their generosity, their friendship, just how much light they bring to so many of us in the community. And since I last spoke to you, both Kim and Lindsay have both caved under my pressure, I think, and have both started Flosstubes, and they are both wonderful. Please go and check them both out, and again I will leave links. And oh, do you know, if Sarah also came out with a Flosstube, that would just be like all my Stitchy dreams complete, because then yeah, it would just be marvellous to have Kim, Lindsay and Sarah. Because we talk a lot, and it's nice to be nosy at what they're stitching, isn't it? Trying to think what else. I'll show you these tiny little bits of haul that I picked up when I just went upstairs. So Hobbycraft had a really amazing Black Friday sale as well, or just before Black Friday, and they had half price on all cross stitch kits, so I couldn't resist. There was a few that I've been eyeing up for a while, and I just had to buy them. So this one is a cross stitch kit. It's DMC thread by TUVA Publishing, and you get everything included. So you get the floss on really amazing cards. I'll show you in a sec. You get Ada, you get a colour chart, and you get a wooden hoop, and you also get an extra book that's got little small motifs in it. And this one is called Flower Bicycle, and I've been eyeing this up in Hobbycraft for ages, and then when I saw it was reduced to £6 from 12, I just had to have it. And I had some loyalty vouchers to use as well, from being in the Hobbycraft club, so I got some money off. And yeah, as you can see, I love the way that they present the floss on these really sturdy DMC cards. So yeah, I look forward to stitching that. They do have some other really nice designs as well, I noticed on the back. While I was there, I saw this one. I've never seen this one before and I could not resist it. It reminded me of my daughter. And Kim did say if I changed the hair colour to a darker brown, that could actually be my daughter Evie. And again, this was £7.50 reduced from £15. And again, it's got the colour chart and the really sturdy fabric and the hoop. And again, these have got a really nice series as well. There's one on the back here, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's like a girl holding a massive bunch of autumnal flowers. I love that one. They did have the deer, but they didn't have the other one. But I loved that, couldn't resist that. And I also bought this gorgeous little kit. I think this was like £1 something, half price. And I'd been eyeing up that for a while as well, so I thought I'd treat myself to that. So that wasn't that long ago that I bought that haul. And as I said before, this is the kit that I just received in the Black Friday sale from Heritage Craft. This is the third in the Mel Stitches series. This one's called Peaceful Retreat. Aren't those colours just so beautiful? And I picked up the second one that I got in the last Black Friday sale. I bought the first one, which I've already stitched in the Verdant Canopy, and I also bought this second one, Hidden Valley, which I know Karen from Weedy Flower Creations is already stitching this one in the stitch along with me. So yeah, I've got all three now, which I'm really pleased about. We'll do giveaway now. So as I said, I will put a video on at the end of this when I edit it, just to say who the winner is of the @1 with the Sun pattern PDF giveaway by the Travelling Stitcher, and thank you to all of you who participated. The keyword was sun, so yeah, I'll attach that video at the end. But I've got 2 giveaways this month. So Yaz had gifted me some patterns, and I already had a duplicate, and she said that I could give this away on the channel. So this is Summer Folk Bird. I know we're a bit out of season now, but if you'd like to win a paper chart of that, then please can you use the word bird. Thank you to Yaz for allowing me to give that away. And then the second giveaway I have is the leftover kit of the roses that I showed you from my finished objects earlier. So you'll get the cover page, a colour pattern. I won't show too much of that. You'll get the leftover floss, of which there is loads. You could probably stitch this twice, I would think. So if you want to stitch this and then gift it on again, then you'd be more than welcome. I think there would be plenty of floss. So they're a bit scrupled up. I'll try and tidy them up a bit before I send them. And there is also 3 extra little skeins as well. 2 pinks and a white. I don't know why. I think the pattern said to use 3 strands. I can't remember what fabric they used, but I stitched it on a 32 count with 2 strands, so that's probably why. And they were probably just really excessive with the amount they gave you. So if you'd be interested in winning that as a bundle, then please use the word rose, R-O-S-E. So bird and rose, and I'll draw those the next time I film. And the last thing I wanted to say is thank you to everyone who has supported my stall at Stitch in London. It was such an amazing success, and I was so grateful because I was so nervous about it. I prepared for months. I've been doodling for months in my 60-day drawing challenge, as many of you were following that and encouraging me on. And yeah, we've had a giveaway of a couple of floss drop sets on my Instagram, so I hope that you managed to catch that if you were interested. So yeah, thank you to everyone who supported my stall, even if it wasn't a purchase, even if it was just to come over and have a look and just say how lovely everything was. It meant so much to me. I was really flustered actually because I got there a little bit late because of my train journey just being a bit of a nightmare. And I was going to postpone it to the Saturday, but then I saw that Marie had like put a lovely half a table out for me with a little sign saying that I was vending there, and I just put my big girl's pants on, which I've been doing so much of recently. I think going to Stitch in London has really pushed me out my comfort zone. I feel like I've been putting my big girl's pants on a lot recently, which is really good for me. And yeah, I did the stall on the Friday, and it went so well. Like, I couldn't have asked for a nicer bunch of people to be selling to and showing my wares, so thank you. And to all the people that have been liking and commenting and sharing me on Instagram, I feel like I've had quite a jump on both my YouTube channel and on my Instagram of new followers. So I've had so many lovely mentions, as I always do, from so many different channels and people sharing my page, and I'm so incredibly grateful to all of you. All them likes, all them comments, all them shares, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, as I always say. And everyone who has come over to my coffee shop to have a look, to have a purchase, thank you so much. And I just wanted to show you this little special set of floss drops. So Marie from Stitches and Diamonds, lovely Marie, who organises Stitch in London, she encouraged me to have the stall, so thank you Marie for pushing me, and without that encouragement I probably wouldn't have done it. And Marie contacted me recently and asked for me to do a couple of commissions for her, which is really lovely. And she wanted some Christmas floss drops, so yeah, that pushed me again. Thank you Marie. She's so wonderful for the community to put together some Christmas floss drops. So I'll just show them to you quickly. We have Little Mouse, and these were all specially jelly printed backgrounds with Christmas colours and then doodled on top. That one says Merry with some baubles and some candy canes and some holly. We've got a really nice Christmas pudding. We've got Santa in his sleigh with a reindeer. A lovely cabin in the woods, snowy woods. Wish I lived there. A snowman. Christmas with some roller skates and snow globe and holly. No Christmas will be complete with a car with a Christmas tree tied to the top. Saw that just the other day and it really made me smile. Ah, Santa! A lovely robin amongst some holly. A wreath with some holly. And a bunny rabbit with a stocking and some presents. So yeah, so this was originally a commission for Marie, but she was more than happy, thank you Marie, for me to use these designs to put some extra floss drop sets out. So thank you so much Marie for your kindness. And yeah, I put these up in my coffee shop yesterday as a pre-order. I am charging more for this set because they have took me longer than I expected to assemble, to jelly print them, to assemble them, to doodle on them. The doodles are quite intricate, so as a result my prices for these have increased, and I hope you can understand that the reasons for that. For me to be paid you know, an adequate wage for my skill and all the thought and love that goes into these sets. So at the moment I put 5 pre-order sets of these up. 3 of them have already sold, so if you are interested in those, there are still 2 sets available. These are going to be made to order. Obviously the backgrounds are all printed and they're all punched out, but I need to do the doodling, so they will be doodled to order. They're £24 plus signed for second class postage in the UK or international standard if you're overseas, and I will be shipping them out from Monday the 11th of December, just to give me a bit of time to put them all together, as I'm starting a new job as well this week on Tuesday. I'm going to be working part-time on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the exciting news is that Sally, Flossy Sews and Grows, is my colleague. How lovely is that? Because of Sally, I got a lovely part-time job, so I am trying to get a parcel together in the post to Sally as well. And she put out a couple of floss tubes in Stitch in London, and they're wonderful. So Sally is so close to 1,000 subscribers. Please go over and support Sally and subscribe if you haven't already. So yeah, me and Sally are going to be colleagues, which is great. We're going to get to see each other probably once or twice more a year than we will do at Stitch in London, because we've both said that we're already going to Stitch in London 2024. So yeah, I start my new job this week, so it just gives me a bit of time to get them doodled, packaged up and sent to you. If I can send them sooner to you than that, then obviously I will. And yeah, there is other lovely stuff still in my shop as well. I put the leftover floss drop sets from my stall up there, and my leftover ring bling, as well as the decorative floss drops. And I have put a couple more new floss drop sets up of the decorative paper since I last saw you as well. So yeah, if you're interested in my shop, then go over and have a look. The link will be in the description box below. But yeah, that is everything. Just a few mentions that I haven't mentioned already. So obviously there's Sally, Flossy Sews and Grows. There's Sew Me Sarah, who I met at London. She was absolutely lovely. Sally, Stitchy Sally, lovely Kim, Stitchy Squirrels, and Lindsay, Wolfy Stitches, who both started their first floss tube. Please go and support them and give them lots and lots of love. But who else was I going to mention that I've started watching? Oh, Emma Stitches. She is a UK floss tuber. She lives in Yorkshire. Her channel is relatively new and it's absolutely lovely, so go over and support her. I've been really enjoying Karen Weedy Flower Creations, and she gave me a lovely shout out the other day, and she's been putting out some beautiful patterns, one of which I could not resist, which was a little mouse surrounded by autumnal mushrooms. Who else? Cross Stitch Buddy Lauren, who I'm doing the Welcome to the Forest stitch along with. Johnny Saxon, who lives in Australia. I absolutely love his channel. Every time I see he's got a new release, I'm like straight over there to watch it. He is such an amazing stitcher. He's got such a lovely energy about him. And he's been to America recently on a road trip with his partner, and went to all these amazing Needleworks stores, which he shows his amazing haul. So I recommend going over to watch Johnny. He's a lovely man. Trying to think who else I've been enjoying. Obviously Yasmin's Made with Love, that goes without even mentioning. Everyone loves Yasmin, and I got to meet her for the first time when I went to London, and honestly she is just as I expected her to be. Although she's taller than I expected. That was probably the first thing I said to her. I said, Yas, you're taller than I thought you would be. But I was in such a fluster, and as soon as I got there, she was like at the front door going in, and she was the second person I saw. And it was just like we were long lost friends, because obviously we've been talking through Instagram and like on WhatsApp regularly for the last 2 or 3 years, and obviously I'm her model stitcher as well, one of her amazing model stitchers. And oh, it was just so special to be sat with Sally, Flossy Sews and Grows, and Yasmin for the weekend. Oh, it was just incredible. My little stitchy heart was so happy, and I hope that many more friends will be able to make it next year. So yeah, that's everything. I don't know how long this video is going to be once I edit it, but I hope you've managed to enjoy sitting alongside me stitching and drinking a cup of tea. And it's so lovely to be back, and I hope it won't be so long next time. Take care everyone. Bye. I can't believe it. I just did the YouTube random comment picker, and the winner of the At One with the Sun PDF pattern is Sally, Flossy Sews and Grows. Well done, Sally. The universe is obviously sending you lots of thank yous for your recent help. So yeah, I've already got your email address, I think. No, actually, Sally, I'm not sure. I'll message you and then we can get the travelling stitcher to email it to you. Okay, thanks, bye.